Hi everyone, welcome to New York City. Just a breathtaking sunset this evening. 22 Celsius, 8:11 p.m., 72 Fahrenheit. Hey NYC girl, so good to see you. Check out this sunset tonight, isn't it amazing? Hey MGM, always a pleasure to see you as well. Welcome to New York City. I did try to do several live streams on YouTube earlier this afternoon, but unfortunately, due to problems with the AT&T signal, I was not able to do so. But the signal seems to be coming up here on the roof deck okay. So we'll try and keep an eye, and hopefully we'll get some good video tonight as we film this breathtaking sunset. There's a slight breeze up on the roof deck. We're on the 37th floor roof deck here in New York City. We're along Broadway in the West 50s in midtown Manhattan. And it's just gorgeous out, just incredible. That river is the Hudson River. We're facing west. On the other side of the Hudson River is New Jersey. And as I mentioned earlier, we are 37 floors up. Just to orient you, I'm going to move the camera a little bit to the north-northwest, and you can see a view now facing north-northwest. That double-towered building on the left side of your screen is the Time Warner Center. Hey Richie, welcome. That's Broadway off in the distance. And that dark tower on the right side of your screen is the Trump International Hotel and Tower. That's the Columbus Circle area of Manhattan, sort of the gateway between Midtown and the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And if I turn the camera back west, you can see just breathtaking red, orange, and yellow clouds signifying the sunset. Oh, is Dutch Mez on now? He's a wonderful live streamer on YouTube. You should all be following, or subscribing, should I say, to Dutch Mez. Hey T-Bear, good to see you. Check out this breathtaking sunset. I did try to broadcast on ground level earlier today, no fault at all of YouTube. The problem was an AT&T signal on Central Park West that would not allow me to broadcast. Oh, Dutchmas is a wonderful YouTube liver. I'll give him a follow. He must have beautiful sunset views off of Coney Island in Brooklyn tonight, so absolutely can't blame you guys for watching him tonight instead of me. I don't blame you at all. He's awesome. We're on the 37th floor in Midtown Manhattan facing west. That's the Hudson River. And New Jersey is on the other side of the river. Oh, at the carnival. Isn't that where all the amusement park rides are, Richie? This building right here is both. This is Random House Books. The lower half of this building right here is Random House Books. And on the upper half, the taller section, that's the Park Imperial condominium. P. Diddy, Sean Combs used to live in this building. And Daniel Craig, who plays James Bond 007, also used to live in this building. Now, they both moved out. I would not mention their names if they still lived in there. But there are other famous people that remain in that building. I will not tell you who, because I want to protect their privacy. And right there, once again, is a sunset. Now, I'm going to move the camera and face it south. And here's a view of beautiful, breathtaking Times Square off in the distance. This is Broadway facing south, where you see those bright lights. That's the theater district. And the New Year's Eve ball, let me zoom in and see if we can see it. Dutch is off now, great. It's a little blurry, but right there is the New Year's Eve ball. That's the New Year's Eve ball right there. I know the camera's a little shaky. YouTube Live does not yet have video stabilization during the live broadcasts. So after the live broadcasts conclude, what you need to do as a broadcaster is just go back into your channel or settings and enable stabilization on the replay, and then they will install it for the replay. But they have not yet done it for the live broadcast. But I'm sure they will at some point. I'm now facing the camera east. I'm on the west side, but camera is facing east. That tall, skinny building in the distance with the two stripes is 432 Park Avenue. That's the tallest residential building in the entire Western Hemisphere. Now I say residential building, so there's a difference. It's not the tallest building, but when it comes to residential buildings, it is indeed the tallest residential building in the entire Western Hemisphere. Oh, MGM, you're too kind, thank you. This tall building right here is the City Spire building. The top half is multi-million-dollar apartments, and the lower half is offices. What I'm going to do now is zoom in a little bit and show you Trump Tower. You can see the sun just reflecting off of the Trump Tower. That is it right there. That is 5th Avenue between 56th and 57th Street. You can see the sun illuminating off of it. That is the Trump Tower right there. Let me zoom back out. And what I'm going to do now is turn the camera south. And way up here across the street, this is a new building under construction. It's called 220 Central Park South. You can see it's still under construction. The top 4 floors is going to be a penthouse, and they're putting that on the market. It is on the market for $250 million. It's the most expensive penthouse in the entire history of New York. And you can Google that. It's 220 Central Park South. But let's go back one more time to the sunset, and I'll show you this for another moment. And then I want to show you Central Park, and then we'll wrap this up. So there's a beautiful sunset facing west. And now let's go to Central Park, and we'll show you a view of Central Park, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. So 22 Celsius. It is 8:20 p.m. in New York City, and 22 Celsius equates to about 72 Fahrenheit. I know the camera's shaking. Bear with me as I move along to the northern part of the roof deck. Just another minute or less, and we'll be looking at Central Park. Central Park was jam-packed today. I did walk along the park earlier today. Did try to do a live broadcast, but there was no signal. Thanks for nothing, AT&T, but that's a whole other story. And you're looking at Central Park right now. You're facing north, northeast. Now those buildings aligning Central Park in the eastern part of the screen, that's all 5th Avenue. Where the trees begin down below, this is 59th Street, also known as Central Park South. Both Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett live on Central Park South. So we have 2 famous celebrities on Central Park South. Many high-profile people live along 5th Avenue. And on the other side of Central Park is 110th Street. That's the Harlem area. And if this building were not blocking us, you would be able to see all of Central Park West, which is on the west side of the park. And that's what you're looking at there. And as I pan the camera to the northwest, Pete, so good to see you. There's a view of the Time Warner Center, just breathtaking tonight on the roof deck. Pete is a wonderful live broadcaster out on YouTube out of Florida, so give Pete a follow. He is Pete Byron, P-E-T-E, B like boy, Y-R-O-N, and then D as in David. So it's Pete space Byron space D as in David. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Does beautiful sunrises out of the Fort Lauderdale area, right on the beach of Florida. Hey Pete, thanks for being here. And what I'll do now is go back to the sunset, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I want to go on Twitter Live, which is also known as Periscope, and I'll scope what's left of the sunset on there too, so I can do 2 broadcasts back to back. I've been unintentionally neglecting YouTube Live. I did try to live stream earlier today on YouTube, and no fault of YouTube at all. It's just AT&T was not cooperating. I could not get a signal. And this is what you're looking at. Sorry, I'm trying to avoid other people on the roof deck. And this is what you're looking at right here. There it is. So I'm going to leave you right here with this view. And it's just beautiful tonight, isn't it, Pete? And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. For those of you who might follow me on Twitter Live, which is also known as Periscope, I'm going to go there right now and broadcast this sunset as well on that platform. So thanks again for joining, and we'll try and do more live streaming on YouTube later this week. Until then, have a great night. Take care. Bye for now.